Hello everyone, it's me, Casey Francis O'Brien. I cannot talk loud because I'm holding in a duke the size of a large crow. Now listen, I just hit 100 subscribers. I'm very grateful to have people in my corner that understand and support the journey, and I hope that I could have been able to provide experiences that may have reshaped your perception of life. Now that all that gay shit's over, I checked my phone and saw I had 100 subs, and then I looked up and there was a weird geometrically shaped lantern falling from the heavens. It came down from the clouds and it landed up here. And then I nearly shit myself. So we're going to find a way that I can take a massive Duke, a steamer, drop a dump truck size load. You feel me? Now let's see what that was. We're coming up on somebody's property. There it is. Is it an alien parasite from the Lyrans? Did it fall out of a plane? It looks like it's charred. Let's see what it is, man. What the fuck is this? It's a lantern. It's got writing on the inside. The turtle's poking out of its shell. And there's a message from the stars that beamed down when I hit 100 subs. So let's go into this nature trail. POV. You have to take a shit in the nature trail. Okay. A lot of you, I got a couple people that have come from Matan Evans' post with Harley, and I talked about the time that I met him and the time of my life I was in. There's a lot of videos about it that I've posted. I don't want to hike or hoe. Thick-bootied Vermont woman on a little bit of weed to come down and experience Casey's a gape asshole leaking. So I'm taking my message from the heavens. It smells nice. It smells like chocolate. There's definitely messages inscribed inside that say never forget. So I'm excited to read it. We've got 15 minutes with y'all. Oh shit, I ripped it a little. Okay, where should we go? Let's go right here. No? Let's see where this leads. Okay, so a little bit of backstory. I was born on the 11th. God played every major 7th chord. The clouds opened and crowds formed, corpses spilled and fell around the boy when angels rained down holy heaven's swords. I was supposed to be born on the winter solstice, but I came out on the 11th, making me a 33 life path. Born on the 11th, which, if all the people that are coming out now on like the God Pill area, like Zerka and Sneeko, if they're to be believed, that means I'm the most powerful soul on the planet. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Because I'm about to drop a lot of shit. So, that being said, I grew up with a father who lived such a randomly beautiful and unique life. Both my parents, where my father left home at a young age, went to a ski mountain from Bronx to a ski mountain in Vermont, and he stayed there his whole life. Became one of the best ski instructors in the state. They call him Gary the Legend O'Brien. He went from living in a van, basically homeless, to being on yachts with the DuPont family and having the CEO of Wells Fargo argue over who's gonna get Gary O'Brien for a half hour to teach their kids skiing. Okay, I've lasered into my location. I'm grabbing the tree. I'm squatting. So, my mother was most mischievous in high school. And she, back in the day, way back in the day, where my grandfather was a Wall Street banker. There we go. The flies are here to eat my shit. Eat shit. It smells very healthy. So he sent her to this Dr. Phil ranch. The birds are here in acknowledgement. They're too high energy. She got sent to a Dr. Phil ranch. A guy got into power, fired all the women, and they took advantage of my mother and a lot of people. And the story is that she led the escape because she got the attention of a boy in the boys' ranch, and they all escaped to Bronx. So that's already very legendary on both sides. My dad's the funniest man I know. He's a, if you think it's real, which the people that made the country think it's real, all the way back to Egypt, they say that your life path matters. So my dad's a 3 life path, Leo, Libra, fire, air, born on the 10th. I'm a 33 life path, Sagittarius, Aquarius, fire, air, born on the 11th. And I'm wiping my fucking ass. The police are here. The police are here. Because of course they are. They're gonna try to find me, and I might have a warrant, and I might go to jail because I will just walk places. I'll walk into a college that nobody's here, and I will set up shop and camp out and enjoy the nice view that people usually have to pay a lot of money for. And then when they trespass me, I'll come back to see, are you serious? Are you really going to be serious about trespassing the guy that didn't do anything wrong? Are you going to let your prejudice win? Whatever you got mad at me about isn't real. So let's see how far you'll take it. So they call the police and 7 of them will show up, and I'll say, my grandfather was a cop in Bronx. What are you guys doing to battle the heroin industry? Here's a couple of stories I heard about people in your precinct. Yeah, they're looking for me. It's me and my lantern against the world now. You want to see my poop? Well, you're not gonna. Where's my... Let's see the message before I get arrested. So I grew up completely alone on top of a mountain. And the only people that would show up were occasional. I had a whole room of Legos to myself. And I would build with my father. It says, you will never be forgotten. You will never be forgotten. On this lantern that fell out of the sky right above where I was sitting. And it says, you will never be forgotten. I've been beat up by police. I've been molested by the people that I thought were going to help me. I watched my family. I relate to the people that hurt me because they were so jealous of the natural light that emanates from my soul that I earned through decades of being alone when I had to go into government custody. Because my father tried to kill me in psychosis. I've watched police rip my father out of the car on the one day he was in a good mood. He had finally broken free from his past traumas and brain injuries and the kids that he lost as a child. And then we were driving on a play date to the top of the mountain, the top of the Haystack Mountain, to go stay in a ski chalet. My father was able to house sit while the boat captain for the DuPont family would be on the boat going down to Miami. The captain of the yacht, whose name happens to be Skip. Alvin Squire, the guy that tends to the rich people. So Casey Francis O'Brien the first and Gary Francis LeBron the first were on the top of this mountain with a dog and my first ever friend, Tyler Moore, of the Moore family, right? The Moroccans that taught the Celt civilized culture, and the 2 O'Briens named after the most famous Irishman in the world. My dad's bloodline is O'Connor, so the first High King of Ireland, and O'Brien, the last High King of Ireland. And my mother's side are all Irish, and we're Pauls, like Logan Paul. They 7 of them ripped my dad out of the car on the way home, and they beat the fuck out of him so bad, he'll call me drunk once a year, reliving the whole thing. And he'll be like, run, Casey, get away. Get away from them. And I'm somewhere fucking some guy's girlfriend in the hood. But I'll come back and try to help my dad, and he'll snap and get jealous and try to kill me. But now they've taken to the police because they're too weak to fight me off. So I've been watching the rich people usurp my kingdom and destroy everything I hold dear. I've been fighting, I've been living inside white America, getting brutalized by it for years. Suffering brain injuries and psychosis and fighting to survive against a world that is mad at my vibe. You feel me? I barely speak. So here we are descending. So I've been homeless for 10 years. Since 14 when I left home. I unwittingly have raised thousands of children because in these programs where the parents neglect them and the staff only see them as a paycheck and they're brainwashed and stuck on their phone the whole day. And if you say anything out of line, they dock a point and you're not allowed to see your family. I would be the one sole person that would suffer, take all the attention away from the other kids. All the staff hated me. Very overly dramatic, hated me. I might have to fight some kids if they're stealing my shit. Here's the best view I've seen in a long time. Then I went into the retreat, which is the asylum from the movie Sucker Punch, which is coincidentally in my hometown. And what else? I have a cousin who's not my cousin. He just showed up at my dad's castle. My grandmother, when I was born, gifted my father a small ranch with 40 cabins and a 5-story barn and a triplex. And my dad's brain injury and narcissism and drug addiction, or alcoholism, got the best of him. Yo, it's my bike. I don't care if you ride it, just don't steal it. I said, I don't care if you ride it, just don't steal it. You're good. Were the police here? Were the police here? I heard the sirens. That's my favorite song by Zach Bryan. If they steal it, I know who they are now. So take me down the road. I've been singing that song for a long time, for like weeks. So take me down the road that's a little bit winding, to a place they still put sugar in your iced tea, where the women are fine and the love is fair. Hey driver, won't you drop me off anywhere? So I went in the retreat where we were locked in a room and they would take your parents away every time you made a joke at a turn or raised the vibration a little bit. And my roommate was named after the Irish god of fire. And we learned martial arts together, and I had to cold call. I'd just take my phone and I'd call a random 802 number and I'd say, hey, I'm in Vermont. I'm in Brattleboro. They're treating us very poorly here. I don't know what to do. I don't have any diagnosis. I'm just stuck here because there's no foster homes. Can you call this number and just leave them a message and say, hey, to the YDP program, the people that weren't getting back to me. So I did that enough. I caused a bunch of noise and got out. Then I went to high school. I built a friend group. We became the most popular because I worked out all day and I watched YouTube videos. Then I went to college. I got drugged. I saw aliens tell me about zombie apocalypse incoming because all the kids are going to be hooked on lean before lean was popular. I've had dreams where I enter a room and Aiden Ross is butt naked and there's tons of black dudes around him that want me to stick my dick in him to take over his consciousness so that he's more popular. And I said no. And then I got kicked in the chest and flown out, and then I woke up. And then all of a sudden, Aiden Ross has all these rappers way back in the day. I had dreams that Andrew Tate would show up and I'm this giant barbarian warrior killing Vikings and just trudging through the cold on my own. And then Emery Tate, before Andrew Tate and Emery were famous, before we knew about him, like 2020, Emery Tate brings in these two 10-year-old kids, British kids that are scared and don't know what to do. And Emery Tate's like, I'm going to turn them into the baddest men on earth. But they're just scared and I'm this giant, and I reach down my hand and I shake, like my giant hand, they shake my finger. And then I wake up, don't think about that dream for years, and then have the dream again, wake up, check Andrew Tate's Rumble, and they're at some gas station in the middle of Romania picking up a big Irish metal flag. These fucking punk kids have an attitude, man. You can tell when they're... I'm getting used to white people. I know that their culture's wrong and they've been brainwashed. They don't understand it. Snotty ass brats. Like, I completely get when the occasional black homeless man runs in and he's just screaming at everybody angry. I get it. It's so unnatural what this place is. They've been brainwashed into. Yeah, I have tons of dreams. Like, I used to watch Ray William Johnson, and then I went to LA for a week when I was in high school and walked through Venice Beach, and then somebody offered me acid and I said no, and then I turned around and Ray William Johnson was standing right here. But yeah, I've been ripped out of cars by police. They've shoved their crotch in my face while I'm on the ground. I've been pepper sprayed and they didn't wash my eyes and they threw me in jail for days. They pepper sprayed me twice, so I had to wash it out with the toilet water because the sink didn't work. People have lied about, like, everywhere I go, people will lie to police. That's a common thing with white people, is that they like to lie to police to get people they don't like out, because it's like they're calling their cousin. So they just make up a story that just works so that they don't get in trouble. So I'm a victim of that. And I've probably lost my mind 1,000 times, especially when you publicly talk about stuff like this and you're handsome and you have a following. And I used to be a lot more charismatic and funny. I used to get a lot of views. It's not surprising that sometimes I wake up with sleep paralysis and there's a bunch of shadow people in the room that Sneego talks about, and I feel like I'm getting drained and attacked and spiritually raped, and then I just have to get up and shamble myself through my day to go try to get food and suffer through the winter. This is my 4th winter outside. I have a PhD in pooping outside, and I was suffering through cities, door dashing, panicking out of my mind, trying to piece together everything to make the perfect song that I would make. I have so many songs I'm proud of. I'm just trying to get money to make, but I'm very grateful. I'm just picking the flies off me to be able to see this. It just sucks that the people here are so snotty and emotionally vampiristic, whatever. So I have lots of ideas. I wanted to have the Outside podcast, where I do everything outside. We interview people outside. We talk about what it's like outside, because all the influencers on your For You page, they don't go outside. When they go outside, I Show Speed gets molested and people rip his hair out. So they have no idea what it's really like to be here. These are the whitest people I've seen in my life. They're bad. You're trash. Get good. You heard me? So I don't know what's next. I'm trying to get my computer to finish my song in preparation for the Lionsgate portal. Because every Lionsgate portal, something horrible happens and I get set off track. I want to